Welcome to Third Eye Roll, where ancient wisdom gets decoded, demystified, and occasionally roasted. I'm Dr. Justine Lemos, here to serve up Vedic insights, spiritual real talk, and a healthy dose of side eye. Each episode, we're diving into Vedic astrology, Ayurveda, Tantra, and the weird beauty of being human, with segments like cosmic current events, story time with the Shastras, WTF is that? And a mystic mic drop to leave you lit. No gurus, no fluff, just the good stuff. Welcome to Season 3 of Third Eye Roll. I'm Dr. Justine Lemos. I'm here with special guest Emily McConnell. Emily is an Ayurvedic counselor, yoga yogini, and a yoga yogini. I like that. And and a practitioner of Jyotish or Vedic astrology. How are you today, Emily?
I'm doing well as can be. How about?
All right, I like that.
How are you?
the best this energy can do at this time.
The best this energy can do at this time. And how are you?
All right. Feeling this full moon, and this full moon just happened in a place called the Bharani Nakshatra. Bharani is the second of the star signs in Vedic astrology, and it's within the major zodiac sign of Aries. Aries, of course, is that first sign in the zodiac. It is the energy of I am. It's fast and it's hot. It's coming in fast. It's coming in hot. And Bharani is the second of the star signs within the system of 27 star signs and the second within Aries. Bharani is entirely within the constellation of Aries. And just some facts around Bharani. It's ruled over by the planet Venus. It is the yoni constellation. So we're in the vagina. And interestingly, it's ruled by Yama, the Lord of Death and the Lord of Dharma. For friends who know the word pranayama or the Yama and Niyama, this is the same word. And Yama, who is the god of death, it means restraint, right? Mm-hmm. And this moon, it's about death and rebirth.
Absolutely. Yes.
So,
and isn't
so how are you feeling with this Bharani moon?
So I'm okay. Like, I knew this was coming, right? So when we know things are coming and certain energies will be present, we can sort of prepare ourselves like we know a little bit about the weather that might be coming in, right? From a weather report. And being in the fields that we are in, right? I work in social services. I also teach yoga, counsel folks with Ayurveda, Jyotish. But so across the board, we get to see those who are interacting in the space of the social services land, around full moon times especially. This is an activating time for things to be going on. And just like a lot of energy moving through, a lot of things kind of coming to almost a breaking point or a culmination. And then in the teaching spaces and yoga spaces that I'm in, I just have a lot of clients and students reporting, like, I'm just having a day and I don't understand what's going on. And they feel like maybe it's from what I understand, from what they tell me, it's like they don't know what to do with all of the energy coming through, right? And so it becomes an overwhelm. It becomes something that when they're here for practice, we can talk about and make sense of, and then work through in physical asana, breath work, energy work, all the things that we can do to help tame and direct energy that is sometimes uncomfortable. So, hey, long-winded answer to things are intense, but
and this is an intense star sign. Bharani is intense. This is within Mars's sign, Aries, and it's Venusian energy within Mars's sign. So we have the energy that is most enveloping and the energy that is most penetrating coming together. And, if we look towards Greek myth, Mars and Venus are always, pardon me, fucking and fighting. They hate each other. They love each other. They hate each other. They love each other, back and forth and back and forth.
Yes.
And so this is maximum. And there's a few reasons that I'll talk about in the larger chart why this energy is amplified even more. So let's just talk a little bit more about Bharani, and a few nimitta, a few omens that have come through at me. So Bharani is very fierce. She's possibly very fertile. So this is birth and death. She's very honest. And she's known as she who bears. So to bear a child or to bear heavy weight. But Bharani carries the Shakti of Apar Bharani Shakti, the power to carry things away, of releasing things. So she's also exhalation, right? She's also exhalation and release.
Of course, if we're talking about birth, we need that exhale power, right?
Yeah, big exhale power in birth. And so it's no surprise that with this full moon in Bharani Nakshatra, that we had an election and that the election seems to have heralded in some big new energies for America.
Yeah, that was kind of exciting to see that come through, because it was, not just the big mayor race in New York. That's super exciting, but it's and with the talking points and the standards that he's withholding or upholding, it's talking about stuff that involves community care and involves taking care of each other and not just keeping everything for the elites, so to say, right? And community care is much more matriarchal. It's much more we are here together and not we're not going to leave you alone. So there's this kind of death of an old system that isn't working, right? We see it.
Absolutely.
And then the women who became governor of what was it? Vermont.
Yep.
And the other one, I can't remember right now. Oh, New Jersey, right? That was exciting. And their mothers and their, they were both surprises. So it's this new energy, rebirth of something else, something that we much, much needed, I think. And it's kind of reviving people, right? I mean, people feel, I said the other day, I said, dare I feel hopeful?
Right.
And then I was whoa, don't listen to me.
But this energy of Bharani, this Bharani full moon, it's also increased because Venus, who rules over Bharani Nakshatra, is the planetary ruler. She's sitting in her own sign of Libra, and she's aspecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's aspecting all the way across the sky, sending her drishti, her glance, over to the full moon in Bharani Nakshatra. So this is maximum drama and love and beauty. In terms of fashion, I'll just skip ahead because there's been a lot of these nude fashions. There was somebody in this nude chainmail dress, etc., and just tits
those,
and ass
underwear.
On full just display right now,
or just the underwear stuff, where it's just you're wearing these tiny little shorts and it's high fashion or whatever.
Yeah, that's and so this is Venus in Libra, which is kind of it's kind of a slutty kind of
it's
not slut shaming, I'm just saying it's a slutty kind of placement, and she's giving her glance and power over to this full moon in the full moon of the vagina. So that's happening.
It's very much happening. It's this it's like I know what I have, and she just spent a month or whatever, 6 weeks or whatever in Virgo, and that
Yep,
was like, we're gonna
debilitated.
critique the shit out of you. We're gonna like, nitpick until we get it right, and then we're gonna go into Libra where we're at our full power.
Right.
So
And
then I'm gonna pull out the underwear dress or
yeah,
whatever.
and just like wear the underwear, like the nude dress to the store. And then also Mars is sitting in his own sign in Scorpio, right? And so
Yes.
both the planets of this full moon are sitting in places where they get a lot of power. And Mars in Scorpio is a bit of slow burn rage. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm
It's like
fine.
it's like
I'm
wet
fine.
wood, right?
What?
It's like wet wood that is burning, and it's like kind of like I'm gonna get hot
It's
eventually.
smoldering.
Yeah.
It's smoldering, could be smoldering in a very positive way, or could be smoldering in a very like held anger kind of way,
AKA
right?
scorpionic. I'm
Yeah.
gonna hold it back until it really, really matters, and then it might
Yeah.
burn for 1,000 years. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I was thinking about Frida Kahlo, and I was thinking
Mm,
about Georgia O'Keeffe with this full moon, like all
yes.
of those flowers and all of those dead animals and
Yes.
skeletons and skulls and vaginic, yonic paintings of flowers and roses and rose petals and that like kind of day of the dead aesthetic. I mean, this
Absolutely.
is the full moon that happens right at Day of the Dead and All
Yes.
Hallows. And Samhain, all of these
Yes.
powerful portals that are really, this is the deep dark time, that down in the pit, the womb is the tomb, right? And that's
Yes.
the womb is the tomb is the womb, is Bharani Nakshatra, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we talk about nimittas that we have?
Oh yeah, good, bring it.
Yeah. Yeah. On a couple days ago, I was feeling really heavy, and I was just like heavy in my mind, right? All the things on the mind and all the collective stuff. Um, and I went for a walk with my dog. It was really sweet. It was a beautiful day, but before the storms, where we live, we had a couple really big storms this week,
Right, with this full
which was
moon, which
also,
is
yeah,
also Bharani Nimitta.
which was also like hiding the full moon from us because of the storms, visually, right? Um, but on my walk, I was just like super sad, and I found this like field, and I sat down and I talked to my ancestors. I was just like, I don't know, man, just help me out, everybody. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And right away, first those starling birds, they started doing that thing, what's it called? Murmuration. And they were just circling around me, and I was like, okay, this is dope. All right, like I'm listening. Cool. I also like immediately like looked and started walking. I just followed my dog. I'm like, I'm gonna follow her because she's a good little sprightly forest guide. And we found mushrooms, some boletus mushrooms that are like, it's like coming to the end of their season, right? And those are coming up and out of the earth, birthing out of the earth, and they're also, they have
And
a
mushrooms are
certain.
very Bharani, life, death,
Yes,
rebirth. Yeah.
yes, yes. Very birth, death, rebirth. And then I found a raven, like a splayed out raven skeleton, picked
Right,
clean,
right. I saw the
white.
picture of that.
Yeah, yeah. With the skull. And then I was like, okay. And then I found like a cow, like a sacrum from a cow. I'm like, holy shit. So,
Huge. So Namitta are omens, right? And these
yes,
are all Bharani symbols, just like
big
at
time.
you.
But yeah,
Yeah. My
yeah.
Bharani Nimitta before the Bharani full moon, and actually this was super interesting, kind of unrelated to Bharani Nakshatra, but a strong Nimitta. I was driving across one of the bridges here at night, and suddenly there is a deer, a buck, in the middle of the bridge,
On the
trotting
bridge.
all the way across the bridge. I've never seen that before. I had to slow down to 10 miles an hour, put on my hazard lights, and I just followed this deer trotting all the way across the bridge. Very powerful nimitta. Was actually there was also a deer walking down the middle of the street here, which we don't usually see. So,
No,
but
they're
that was
usually like bounding and
yeah,
leaving.
no, this was not either. And so, but with this Bharani full moon, unfortunately, and this goes more to like deeper societal problems, but there's been a woman presumably without house who has been kind of haunting the town here, and she's very persistent and seems very nice, but then gets very violent and likes to push her way into like the art center, and like she'll show up at a weaving class, all very Bharani energies, and then she'll unfortunately have to be escorted away by the police over and over again.
Oh.
Police Yama, this restraint and this energy of restraint. And then last night, after I was doing the full moon circle and ritual that we do here, I pulled into my garage, and I got out of my car, and behind my car was the biggest salamander I have ever seen in my life. This thing was possibly a foot long. I had to go look it up because it was huge, and it looked pregnant. Bharani, she who bears.
Oh.
Apparently there are Pacific giant salamanders.
Yes.
I had never heard of them before, and I've lived in this area, off and on my entire life. Gigantic. That was my Bharani nimitta.
I literally just heard about the giant salamanders less than a week ago. So I love that. I love it.
They're huge. They
That's
are
amazing.
Not messing around. Huge. She who bears Bharani Nakshatra,
yes.
So for this full moon, fashion, it's black organza and blood red silk and pearls and a deep plunging neckline and crimson color, because this is blood, it's blood of birth, it's blood of death, and then I also thought about, a corset or a chastity belt might be good for this,
right.
this full moon because of the containment. And because Yama's reigns.
Restraint.
I mean, Yama represents dharma in many ways, and of like pull in the restraints on the wildness of life, right?
Right.
So that's what I was thinking about fashion. What do you got for fashion?
Yes. I was thinking similarly. There's been and also similarly to your story about the woman who is haunting your town.
Yes.
There is a woman who, let me just make sure I'm confidentially talking about it. Yeah. So there's a woman in my town that's an hour south of Justine's town, that she hangs out in the street every day. And it's been about a month that she's been back around. She wears a black cloak and sometimes doesn't wear anything else underneath the cloak. And
this is very Bharani Nakshatra.
So sometimes she is wrapped and tied with the cloak. And she often has either a very dark purple or crimson colored dress underneath, if she's wearing anything at all underneath. And sometimes she'll just open and kind of yell and run down the street. It's very, very interesting. I get this. I'm like, that energy came through very, very clearly, but also there's a wildness to her that is almost, it's very intriguing. It's very what is going on? And and yoni, I don't want to look away.
Yoni means secret, we think of it as meaning vagina. It really means secret. And so there is this hidden and revealed energy to Bharani Nakshatra, like opening the cape, closing the cape,
Yes.
opening the cape, closing the cape, like this, right?
Yes. And it's like the hood and everything, right? Um and she'll kind of peek out from under the cloak and she's very tall. Yeah. When she's standing, she's very tall, but when she's sitting, she curls up a lot, like in a seed or like almost like a child's pose shape, but sitting. She's very curled up. It's very interesting. Almost like a baby in a womb. Like,
Oh
whoa.
yeah. She's giving Bharani. There, did you hear the girl talking about the election, talking about Prop 15? She was like on the news a bunch. We're interviewing people and pulling lines, and she's like, "It's giving election day. It's giving yes on Prop 50. It's giving hot people vote yes on Prop 50." But actually, all of that is very Bharani Nakshatra, because this whole Prop 50 in California, which is restructuring districting, is a
Yeah,
Yama move. It's like restraint and
totally.
recreate, right?
Right. That's so true. Yeah. Recreate and but also leaving it to a vote, which other places that have done this they didn't get to vote on it. So it's has that collective energy again. It's interesting. Do you think
Yeah.
that is like Jupiter in Cancer
Yeah,
energy?
I do
Like,
think it's Jupiter coming into Cancer, getting
yeah.
exalted, then he's going to
Hmm.
back up. I think it's the combination of this powerful full moon in Bharani, restructuring things, birth, endings and birth, Jupiter coming into Cancer, getting some exaltation, then it's going to back up. So we feel like
Yeah.
we need some strides, and then all of a sudden things are going to
Hmm.
get restrained, or we're not going to feel that sense of hope that we have right
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
as there is retribution and pushback, I think, unfortunately, from
Totally. Yeah.
from the fascists at the people
Yeah. Yeah.
voice, right?
Lord. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. How about movie? It's like Tim Burton's
Ooh.
Corpse Bride
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
or
Um,
Nosferatu, like
Nosferatu.
and Corpse Bride, because it's like
That's good.
dead and alive, dead,
Yeah.
like living and death and birth and death, something like that. Yeah.
The movie that came, and I don't know if I've ever actually seen the whole thing, but the movie Eyes Wide Shut, that
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
they're doing like sexual ritual, I'm pretty sure. They're
I
wearing
think it's
masks.
actually
They're
like
becoming,
he doesn't he have his wife sleep with somebody for a bunch of money,
is that it? Is
and
that
then
it? I think they're in like a
he
group.
gets mad about it. Like, I think it's
Oh,
like they're gonna get $1 million if his wife sleeps with somebody, and then they decide that they're gonna do that, and then he has bad feelings about it.
well, if that's the story, then that's interesting. The only like the scenes that were coming through were like Nicole Kidman and
Yeah,
Tom
Tom
Cruise
Cruise,
they were married at the time.
right?
That movie was like the last time they maybe worked together, and then they got divorced. So there's a
Mm-hmm.
death there.
Yep.
And Stanley Kubrick that was his last movie.
Right.
He died, and there was like all this
Yep.
weird stuff about it. Like it was like controversial as hell. And there
Very
was a lot of sex.
controversial.
There was a lot of
Lots
sex
of
in it.
sex, and then like
Yeah.
an ending. This is like endings, and it doesn't have to be, it's a gentle ending and a new beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Music,
Mm.
I don't have like an obvious music pick. Oh, um, Dance with Dead. Dance with
Ooh.
the Dead. My sister-in-law, who's a pop
Yeah,
star,
that's right.
just got invited on a 41 city tour with Dance with the Dead, and she's going to go and do it. So we're taking a field trip to go see my sister-in-law, Megan McDuffie. Stream Megan McDuffie on Spotify or Bandcamp. She's going to be the opening act for Dance with the Dead on a 41 city tour. And what's interesting is
That is
that
so cool.
we have this marigold remedy where you can plant marigold seeds to get a wish. via Vedic astrology on a particular day. And so I gave her this remedy, and she had chosen, you can only choose certain wishes from a list, of course. We don't
Of
have
course.
unlimited wishes. And some signs and like natal signs can't get certain wishes. It's like that one isn't available to you this lifetime. It's not like a fair system, like, no.
Of course.
Right. So I gave her the instructions and the day to plant the marigold seeds. And the plant just kind of came up a little bit like a sprout, like it hasn't given flower or anything. But she got a 41 city tour with a metal band, and she's not a touring artist. She's like a recording artist. So the marigold remedy, wish fulfilling remedy, it really works. If you want a marigold wish, hit me up at one of the channels. And you want one? I'll totally calculate
Definitely.
one for you. Yeah. So it's really fun. I have marigold seeds. I keep them around to give to people if they are going to get a wish. The marigolds themselves don't have to bloom. It's the planting of them on that particular day. But she got it. So
that is
Dance
so cool.
with the Dead, which is like electronic metal and
Electro metal
dance music, because you're like dancing, so you're alive. You're in the womb, but it's metal, so it's dead, right?
Ooh. Yeah, that I can feel that for sure. I'm trying to think of anything else that might work for Bharani. Yeah. Dance with the Dead is good though. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Yeah.
So, this is a good time for womb healing. It's a good time for like jade egg practice. It's a good time to do, we do navel oiling, nabi abhyanga, where we create a dough dam around your belly button and pour warm oil into it. This is really powerful for womb healing and for the whole, complex of the sacral chakra and the ovaries and the cervix and the womb and all of those parts of the body Ayurvedically. And, last night at my moon circle, I served, usually I serve Ayurvedic tea, and I decided to make this adaptogenic rose petal chai that I've had around for a while. Ooh. That has a bunch of really good tonifying herbs in it. It's strengthening. It's got shatavari, it's got ashwagandha, it's got a bunch of rose petal. And so I made it with oat milk, and I was drinking it throughout the day, and I was like, I just don't know if this is delicious or is it disgusting? Like, I could not figure it out. And that's the Bharani energy, like birth. It's absolutely beautiful. But then one comedian, who was a dude, was like, it's like watching your favorite bar burn down, right? Because like, he was like, I was watching my wife give birth, and it's this wonderful thing. Like, my child is coming out of her vagina, and it was just like watching my favorite bar burn down. Sorry.
Wow.
But I mean, that's the beauty and the power of birth, right? It's bloody, it's messy. And so this adaptogenic chai, I made it with oat milk, like really creamy oat milk, and like whisked it. And it was this like beautiful kind of deep pink color. And I kept drinking it and being like, I just don't know. And, shatavari, so it was medicinal.
Shatavari and ashwagandha has that like taste.
Yeah. Right. And it was medicinal. This is what I decided.
That's a better word. It's medicinal.
Yes, exactly. It's medicinal.
Yes.
So I'll tell a myth.
Ooh, yay.
Once upon a time, long, long ago and far, far away, in the beginning, before time knew how to count itself, there were two radiant twins, Yama and Yami. And in this myth, they were born two halves of the sun, and they create the dawn and they create the dusk. And this was when, pure union, there is no separation between day and night, between birth and death, right? Think of that. In non-dual reality, there's no birth, there's no death, there's no day, there's no night. There can't be.
Mm-hmm.
Yama is the watcher of cycles, a prototype of Shiva. Yami is wild and luminous and overflowing and refused to end anything. So this is immovable object meets irrepressible force. And they wandered together through the first forests. And one day, Yama laid down upon the earth and didn't rise up. No one had ever died before. He's the first death. And Yami called for him across the rivers, across the forests, across the winds, and she grieved deeply. And so, because she is day, the world had no night. And her tears flooded the day over and over and over again, making time stand still in perpetual mourning. And the gods came to her and said, Yami, if you don't let him go, nothing else can be born. And so she closed her eyes, and her first sleep became the night, and her first dream became time. And Yama crossed over, becoming the Lord of Death and the keeper of Dharma and the judge who measures the soul. And Yami becomes the river Yamuna, flowing between the worlds and carrying memory and the shimmer of love that refuses to die. And from their separation came rhythm, grief becomes renewal, and death becomes the possibility of life. So this is Bharani Nakshatra. Yama is discipline. It is restraint. And Yami is compassion that says again and again and again. So this is the beautiful myth of Yama and Yami. And, we are about to go on pilgrimage to Kamakhya temple in very far northeast India, up very far northeast in a state called Assam. And this is the goddess's vagina. I'll tell that story of why it's the goddess's yoni at some point. But this is Bharani energy to its fullest.
Absolutely. That is so beautiful. I love that story. Oh, thank you.
Right. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll be back. Season 3, we're doing every other week. Join us for our next segment of Third Eye Roll. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Okay, wait for it to upload.